Hey guys, welcome back. Let's talk SUI. Now, for those of you who do not know, if you don't follow me, you probably don't realize that SUI is one of the top 10 cryptos that I have targeted and that I do feature in my portfolio. I want to talk about some of my interests within SUI, as well as what we have coming about with a SUI price prediction, because the big story, and this is kind of what you guys are all here for, is if we look into the SUI price prediction for a $10 rally. All right, so let's take a dive into where we're at right here, right now. But first, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and join us. We do talk crypto every single day. And like I said, I am a SUI bull. So if you're coming here for your SUI daily news and information, this is the spot to be, okay? But also, guys, if you want to start trading on a new exchange, check out our links down below, our partner with BTCC. If you want to enjoy a 10% bonus on your first time deposit, there are 40% lower trading fees. Also, if you sign up using my link, no VPN or KYC necessary, great access to 300 plus crypto futures. It's been around for 14 plus years in the industry, up to 500x leverage. So a lot of cool stuff happening with that. Make sure it's right for you and where you're located. But if you want to start trading today, the link will be down below in the description. Okay. So before we get going and talking about this, I want to remind you guys, this is not financial advice. I will never tell you guys to buy or sell a crypto, but it is relevant because SUI has had its kind of hoops and bounds lately. And as we look into kind of the potential for a rally here in the coming months, I want to get into the conversation on why I feel that way. Okay, so as we look in kind of this correction phase, and I will pull up the overall chart as we look at it, the big mover kind of in this conversation is $3.12 for SUI. We're down 2.7 on the day, and this has been something that has been plaguing the overall market as we have been in a correction phase after 6 consecutive green days. But as we look at the trading view, you guys can notice that we are still looking at the daily. These are the daily candles, and I am still flashing momentum up despite seeing this little crossover here within these moving averages that would kind of indicate that from here, guys, the market will make a move in one direction or another. Please remember, this is not financial advice. These are just my thoughts involving the chart and the way that we look at the technicals. Please be sure to do your own research and due diligence. But as we look into my thought process and my thesis behind this, and it comes back to a couple things. First and foremost, SUI has not been around for the time period and duration that other cryptos have. So anything from a historical trend, it's very short-lived. And as we look at SUI right now, after hitting a high point of $5.40 and above, this has left us in a position where we have to kind of make our minds up. Are we going to be bearish or bullish? And this is why this crossover that we have seen with the moving average definitely kind of suggests that we will be making a move relatively short. Now, we are still flashing momentum up on my trading indicator. If we do get a potential retracement down, which I don't have it enabled, but I do think that is going to be what we see coming in the works. That's kind of where we can look for even more pain, as this is pretty much where we have support for SUI right here around the $1.92 level. For me, I think personally the zone that we are in, and this is almost mirroring itself in a lot of other cryptos, and this is going to be, as we look at it, roughly around the $4.12 level. And then our median kind of price here for SUI is kind of where we're at right here, right now. So that's kind of why I have alluded to that we are basically in decision mode for SUI, and it's going to be something where we look into it right now at $2.90. Are we going to trade from this level in upwards of that $3.12 barrier, or are we going to stay in that bottom zone, or are we going to kind of break out and trade above where we are right now in this top zone, which would be basically where we would see some consolidation upwards of $3.55. That's kind of how I view it. That's kind of where my head's at. For me personally, guys, SUI is a crypto that you could take advantage of some ebbs and flows. You can swing trade it, but for me and what I'm doing, it's a long-term hold for me. I think that SUI, a lot of people are talking about $17, $20 SUI in a perfect market, and in one that we do get some steam, some optimism, some tailwind. I do think that SUI can ascend to levels like that. Obviously, I don't have that crystal ball, so I can't tell you guys with 100% certainty. But as we look into it, it is one of the bullish cryptos in my top 10 in my portfolio. And actually, I did a video talking about which cryptos could 10x from here. And I wish that I would have done it right before we did have the month of May commence, because if we would have dated back a month from now, That's where I really would have had SUI as my #1 spot in terms of the crypto that you could turn $1,000 into $10,000 the fastest. And that would have been right when SUI was trading around sub $2. Okay, so that's kind of how I feel about it. If we want to look at some of the technicals, which we came here to talk about, a lot of people are viewing this as the correction phase that we are seeing with a lot of crypto. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And for me, guys, I don't necessarily agree, but I could see this point kind of coming to fruition. But we have been in this correction phase since basically May. And as we look into the short term, okay, a lot of people are thinking that this is not finished yet. So I think that personally, there is some analysis that we could go down a little bit lower, and then from there, guys, that's kind of where you would see some of the price action in the form of a spike. I think that when we look at and kind of talk about this retracement that we have seen since hitting May highs, following a pretty consistent pattern overall. Okay, I think that if we do drop below $3, I think 280 is that floor. But from there, guys, I think there's a lot of zones, and SUI's been kind of volatile. Okay, I know these are daily candles, but it has been relatively volatile within kind of the shorter term windows if you want to kind of gauge that mood. But I think that right now, if we look at SUI right here, we're at $3.10. We're down 1.8% on the day. But if we look in breakthrough, and I know I have at $4 is kind of that $4.09 is kind of that upper echelon. But I do think that if we can break through and hit $3, and this would not be much, okay, because I personally have this coinciding with this moving average. If we were to hit this level right here and kind of get an upward, some upward momentum, I want to show you guys in a zoomed in view so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It's not going to take much, okay? But if we do break through and we hit $3.35, $3.35 to $3.40, it's going to be right there in that ballpark. I think that's kind of where SUI could break out above this blue line and continue that next leg up that we started to see back here in April when we did flash momentum up. This was actually back in April 22nd, so please keep that in mind. So those are the levels that I'm looking at, right? $3.35 approximately. That's kind of the wholehearted breakout picture that I am painting if we do see that number. And that's kind of where the bulls are going to look to take control of the market. Now, the $10 price target that a lot of people do have, if we go into price discovery mode, that's something where we look for this bullish reversal and the potential that SUI could reach $10 or beyond in the next big rally. And if we want to kind of zoom out and look at what it took for SUI, because if you were looking at when we called it, and this was dating back to essentially August, the fall of 2024. And from there, guys, as we had momentum up flash, SUI rallied almost more than a 6x from this time period. It was about a 4-month time period where we made a 6x here on SUI. And so for SUI right now, to repeat this kind of bullish breakout that we did have, and I personally think if we start altcoin rally and altcoin season, this is something very modest compared to what we would see if we want to go based on the 2020, 2021 data. But where we're at right now at $3.10, that would put SUI right in that $17 to $20 price, in that $17 to $20 price range, right in that ballpark, and that would be the bull case for SUI if we do repeat what we saw at least back in August, September of 2024. However, if we do start altcoin season, I think that could even be more impactful. But as we all know, crypto is extremely volatile. Nothing is certain. And that's why it's very important to do our own research and due diligence, because you truly cannot time or understand what the market has in store. Okay. So with that, I'll leave you guys. I appreciate you all tuning in. If you haven't done so, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and join us. We do talk crypto each and every single day. Appreciate it, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. If you want to start trading on BTCC, that link is down below in the description, and we'll see you all in the next one. Peace.